guys, so today I'm going to do a really quick outfit of the day and then show you how to make this top that I'm wearing for the outfit of the day. The top is actually inspired by Max Azria in his little spring fashion show this year, and he did a lot of like square pieces with chiffon and it's like serged at the end. Okay, so this is what I'm wearing. This is the top that we're going to be making right here. I actually have the left side tucked in because I think it's kind of cool how it gives it this geometrical shape right here. I'm wearing these really flowy high-waisted shorts that I got from Forever 21. I think it was like 10 bucks. And then I'm pairing it off with a gold belt. I think it's cute because it's baggy and it's very nonchalant. It's like, I don't care, I'm a mess. I got half of it tucked in, half of it not, and I'm coming back from a party. Something like that. Yeah, I think this is a really fun and easy project, and if you guys still can't understand my directions and you can't follow it, you're obviously not paying attention. Okay, I'm just kidding. But let's get started on the tutorial. Hey guys, so let's start off with the pattern for this top. I actually have the bust of the pattern uploaded onto my blog. If you guys want, you can go on there and also download it. If you do wear a different size than I am, then you can either subtract or add more onto the side seam. This is the center of the top, right? If you're a little bit bigger than I am, then go ahead and add about an inch onto the side, right here, on both sides. Or if you're a little bit smaller, then subtract about half an inch to an inch. Now, this means that it's going to skew the pattern just a little bit, but you'll have to tweak it and play with it. It's better for me to give you like a basic shape rather than teach you how to draft this, because it's, I don't know, for some reason it's just very complicating, and that's a whole video in itself. And the bottom of this top I did not upload onto my blog only because it's huge and it's going to waste your paper. It's just not going to be right. It's really easy to make the bottom of this top. I guarantee you, you'll be okay. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut 4 of this piece and also 4 of this piece. Okay, so the fabric I'm using is kind of a stretchy mesh. Flows a little bit like chiffon, but not as much. So on the pattern there is a dart right here. Make sure that you mark these lines on your fabric, trace it or something. And what you'll end up doing is you're going to fold it on top of each other like that, and you're going to sew a straight stitch right on the dart. So I've already cut up my paper, and after I sewed in the dart, this is basically what it looks like. Just a floppy piece of fabric in there. And the reason why you need a dart is because you want it to cup your bust a little bit better. You're going to have 4 pieces like this. Two of them is going to be exactly like this, and the other 2 is going to be a mirror image of this. Go ahead and put them right sides together and sew up the center seam, and you're going to do this on the other 2 patterns as well. Now this is where you're going to figure out how you're going to cut up your bottom half. Your bottom half is going to be as long as you want your shirt to be. So it's going to start from here, and then however long you want it to be. You could have it be a crop top, you could have it go all the way to your hips, you can actually extend it down to your thighs so that it becomes a dress. It's very versatile and it's very easy to do. I've made tops like this before, and a lot of people have asked me how to go from here all the way to here. Where do you need to stop? It doesn't matter. That's the reason why we DIY. It's so that you can have the versatility of doing whatever you want. All I did to cut out this piece was I took a measuring tape and I figured out how wide this piece is right here. And then I basically cut out a piece that is exactly that same width, and then I added in some seam allowances. I also flared out a little bit just so that it's more of a baby doll shape. Now if you didn't flare it out and you go ahead and went straight, then it's going to be like a really tight spaghetti strap. So like I said, it's very versatile, and you're going to be cutting 2 pieces of this, not 4, just 2. And you're going to want to take 1 piece of the top and face them right sides together, align the top and the bottom together, and just sew a straight stitch. And you're going to want to take the top back piece. You're also going to face it right sides together, and you're going to sew along this top right here. Next, you're going to take your other top piece and your other back piece, and you're going to face them right sides together, and you're going to sew the side seams up. Essentially, this is going to be the facing to the top part of your blouse. Once you're done sewing the side seam, it's better to hem the bottom right here or finish it off with a serging or a zigzag stitch or something. If you're using mesh, then you can leave it raw as well because it doesn't fray. Just make sure that you kind of trim all these darts and make it really nice and pretty looking. Okay, so I like to believe that this is the most fun, but also one of the most tedious part about this top. I have a link of the photo of the dresses that Max Azria did for BCBG, and if you guys look at it, he had a bunch of little pieces like this, but they were all serged at the edges. If you guys don't have a serger to do like this kind of decorative serge, what you can actually do is make a little fold like this, right? And on your sewing machine, when you have this little fold, set up a zigzag stitch that goes back and forth on that fold a few times, and also try to set it up so that the zigzag stitch are a little bit closer to each other, not too close because you don't want the fabric to be stiff, you still want it to be kind of flowy, but just go back and forth and zigzag stitch on that fold. The biggest one I have is about 20 by 20 inches. I think the smallest one I have is a 10 by 10. All I did was I took one of my squares and I laid it right on top of my shirt like this. Instead of laying it so flat, I kind of pull it to the front a little bit just to give it some extra room, because when it hangs on the body, it's going to flow. Then you're going to pin it wherever the top is. Go ahead and then lay down another square, just like so. Just anywhere, any way you want. You know, remember to leave some extra room so that it will flow, and pin it down. All the excess right here, cut it out so that it's the same shape as your top, and you're going to base stitch the whole edge. Next, you're going to cut 4 strips like this, about 2 inches or 1.5 inches wide and about 36 inches long, or as long as you want it, just so you're able to tie this little string around your shoulder. Fold it in half and stitch it about halfway, all of them inside out, and it's going to look like a little string like this. You can go ahead and take the front and the back and place it right sides together and sew up the side seams. Okay, so once you've sewn the side seams together, you'll have a full top now. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the facing in. Facing is done pretty much the same way as we did on the dress last week. What we're going to do is we're going to flip it inside out, and we're going to put the facing over the top like this. Take the little drawstrings and wedge it in between the facing and your actual blouse. And do the same thing on the other side as well. Basically, you're going to have 2 strings in the back that could pull over up your shoulder and then have it tied to the front. At the front, it's the very same thing. You're going to have these points that are coming up right here on both sides, and you're going to wedge the drawstring right in between the blouse and then also the facing. So it's going to come out right underneath here. Start sewing from one side through the neckline and then go all the way around to the back, making sure you catch all of your strings. Okay, so once you have the facing in, you're just going to flip the facing inwards. I haven't ironed this down yet, so the best thing you could do is maybe just steam press it on the edge here so that this facing will stop trying to roll back out. I wouldn't want to understitch it because this is a knit and you want us to be able to slip in and out easily. If you want to do like a zigzag stitch, that's fine. But definitely try to steam press this facing inwards.